Hello book friends, I'm Allie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a wrap-up video for the month of November, and since I have recently realized that I only read 2 books in the month of November, I decided that I would also do a favorites video. So this is going to be half wrap-up and half favorites video. I'm pretty excited about doing a favorites video. I've seen other people do these videos and they seem like a lot of fun, just talking about some things that I was really enjoying in the month of November, and I had a few things that I thought I could chat about, especially seeing as how I didn't want this to be like a 5-minute video of me talking about 2 books. So that being said, let's jump into the books that I finished in the month of November. So I started out the month with fairly good momentum, and I thought, alright, I'm going to knock out a bunch of books this month. I'm going to do great. And then I read 2 books, and I started a 3rd, which I didn't finish, and I stopped. And I just, the end of the month, things got hectic with the holidays and what have you. So I just didn't have a chance to finish everything that I was hoping to. But that's okay. The first book that I finished was a graphic novel, and it was from NetGalley, so big thanks to NetGalley for giving me access to this to read, and I really enjoyed it. It was The Witch and the Beast, and I'm sorry, that might be difficult to see. I thought it was a very interesting story. I rated it 3 stars. I felt like it was a little difficult to read, like the action sequences, whenever you're reading it, it's hard to tell who's speaking at certain points, and I did talk about this in one of the reading vlogs through the month. I just felt like it gets a little bit unclear in sections. I thought it was really neat that you're following the perspective of 2 people who are hunting for witches because they are part of a magical society who want to eliminate witches because witches are an evil force, and they may seem like they're all nice and helpful, but they're actually evil. And so you get to follow these 2 people who are witch hunting, and you see their encounter with a witch, and then the second part of the story is them encountering a second witch. And I was really disappointed that it ends right in a major action sequence, so it kind of left me hanging, and I thought that I had more pages left on it, and then I got to the end and I was like, no, where's the rest? There's got to be more. And so I'm really excited to actually see the second story because I would like to see where these characters go. So the issue with having trouble understanding who is who in the action sequences because you don't actually see the characters speaking sometimes, it is a small issue compared to how good the plot is, and I think that the plot is just very engaging and the story is very interesting, so I'm excited to see where that goes whenever the second one does come about. The next book that I read and finished was The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I loved this book. I thought it was so good. I gave it 4 stars. The only thing that I had a slight issue with was the very end, and I know a lot of people say this. The very end felt kind of rushed. So there's part of me that really liked the ending. I liked that it ended in that way with a letter to the main character explaining some of the things that were happening, and I think that it makes sense for what was happening in the middle of the book and some other plot points that happened, but at the same time it was rushed. Like, it needed to be fleshed out a little bit more because it didn't completely make sense how things kind of happened. Nonetheless, I love this story. I thought it was fantastic, and I am looking forward to reading more by Ruth Ware. I feel like if you enjoy a nice, it was almost like a mystery, but also scary because you don't exactly know what's going on. Is this house haunted? Is the house not haunted? You don't know, and the technology in the house is crazy, so I think that this is a really good time, and if you like a good scary story that's not too scary, this is definitely a really great book. So the last 2 books are actually books that I started but didn't get a chance to finish, and I will definitely be finishing them in December. The first one is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, and I was 235 pages into this, and it only has 384 pages, so I am like very close to knocking it out. I have like 100 and something pages left, and that's not that bad. I was making really great progress on it, but I just stopped having enough time to actually sit down and read. This story is incredible. I love it. I love it even more than Final Girls. I love the haunted house vibes, but this story is also a lot like a mystery, because it's like, okay, so is this haunted? Is this house actually haunted? Is this house not haunted? We don't know. We don't know what's going on. It seems like it could be haunted. It seems like it could have a crazy twist, and it's not haunted, but I am very excited to find out how this book ends. And I can't wait to finish it and actually see what's going on with the house, because, oh my goodness, it's so good. The last book that I started in November but wasn't able to finish was Mistborn: The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. I am, I think, 40-something%, almost 50% finished with this. I was listening to audio and also reading, but this is just a really thick book, and I started it kind of late in the month. And I am loving every second of this. I love these characters. I am excited to see where this story takes the reader, because it is so good. And the magic system in this is super intriguing. I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to say anything that's too spoilery. But the magic system is awesome. And these characters, you just really get so much character development. And it's through action. And so it doesn't feel like there's ever a dull moment, at least not for me. I've enjoyed every second of this story. So anyway, I'm going to be wrapping this up very soon in the beginning of December, and I'll have more thoughts on this at a later date. So, for the second portion of this video, I want to talk about a few things that I have really enjoyed through the month of November that were a particular favorite of mine. And the first one being this shirt, hoodie thing that I'm wearing. I actually had, my mother-in-law gave me a shirt that was the same brand as this, but it was like activewear, sportswear, so it's like a spandexy material, and I didn't like wearing that all the time, especially with it getting a little colder outside. And so I started looking into the brand, and I found out that it is on Amazon. Specifically, it's Kirkland. They make all kinds of different things, but I particularly love their hoodies. I love that it has a thumb hole in it. A thumb hole in a hoodie is something that I've been looking for probably since high school, because I'd kind of fell in love with that fashion in high school, and then I haven't been able to find any like shirts or jackets or anything that have it since. But I love this. I love pulling my sleeves down over my knuckles. I've always been a big fan of kind of hiding my hands into my sleeves. So having these thumb holes is fantastic. And then this is not actually a hood. It's just like warms your neck. It's so nice, because I don't put hoods on my head, so having this to like keep my neck warmer, and it even like tightens up, and that's fantastic, because I don't need a whole hood, but this is like so much warmer than it would normally be. And it has pockets in the front for your hands, so like all around I give this an A+, and I love it. And if you are looking for a hoodie with these particular attributes, then you should check out Kirkland's on Amazon, because I think this was only like 20 bucks, and I love it. Next, I was going to talk about some food things that I've been doing, and actually, I found this at the grocery store. It is avocado mash with sea salt and black pepper, and I think it has like lemon juice in it to help preserve it so it doesn't go bad so quickly. But there's 4 of these little packs in here, and they are like gluten-free, dairy-free. It's just avocado, and they are super healthy. It's 2-ounce packets. So I actually have been taking these in the mornings, and I will fry up a couple eggs, and I will put this on rice cakes, and then put my eggs on that, and it's so delicious, and it's super healthy if you have any kind of allergies, which I just found out that I do, so I'm trying to accommodate to those allergies, and this is a great way to have a bit more of a filling breakfast. And I've also been taking these and making protein bowls at lunch, where I just chop up whatever veggies I can find in the refrigerator, and I toss them in olive oil with some seasoning. I put it in the oven at 425 and bake it for 25 minutes, and it roasts your veggies, and then you can put that in a bowl with either rice or quinoa or whatever you're feeling, and then throw some of this on it, and oh my goodness, it's amazing. And if you're looking for some like healthy alternatives, this stuff is fantastic, and it's, I think, $5 for 4 packs of them, so it's not so bad. I really enjoy it, and I always had the trouble when I bought actual avocado. I would not use it in time before it would go bad, and these are a great way to prevent that from happening, and it's a perfect little serving size to put on toast or whatever it is that you're eating. Next, I was going to talk about a TV show, and this is actually coupled with a book series that I really like, and that is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. I happen to love that book. I have read that book so many times, and I like to read it every year at Christmas. I'm going to be rereading it this year, and I found out at the beginning of the month that this came out on November 3rd, and I ordered it as soon as I found out because I didn't even know that they were going to release another one in the series. This is the 3rd book in the series, and this is Mind the Gap, Dash and Lily. It's by Rachel Kahn and David Leviathan. If you haven't read these books, they are really cute little love stories. It's about a girl named Lily who leaves a book, like a journal, in a bookstore in New York, and a boy named Dash finds it, and they start like writing back and forth and like daring each other to do different things, and it's just, they're amazing, and I absolutely love them. I'm so excited to read this one this year, and the TV show just came out on Netflix. And I had no idea that it was going to be a TV show until my best friend was like, hey, did you know this is on Netflix? And I was like, oh my goodness, no, I didn't. So I binged it all that same day that she told me that. And I have to say, I loved it. I thought that it was super well done. And if you are a fan of the series, then I highly recommend go watch that because it's so, so well done. And they changed a few small things, but it wasn't anything super noticeable, and it's totally worth a watch. And if you haven't read the series, I recommend you do that too, because the series is super fun, and they're super great to get you into the Christmas spirit, because they all take place around Christmas, and Lily in the book loves Christmas. It's her favorite holiday. So both books are great for getting you in the Christmas mindset. I haven't read this one yet, so I can't really vouch for this one, but I'm assuming it's going to be the same because it says that it also takes place around Christmas. So hopefully it'll give those same fluffy vibes, but I'm just really excited about this. So something else that I am very excited about that I just recently found is a new journal company, and it's called, I don't actually know how to pronounce the name, but it's spelled Seques, Sequus? I'm not sure. Anyway, it is on Amazon, and this is actually the Pisces symbol. This cover is like fabric, and it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. It's got like a little pin holder on the side that's actually tacked to the book, and the pages are super thick. This is a bullet journal. So the pages are actually very nice thickness. I was looking up some reviews on like Archer and Olive and some of those other brands, and I saw somebody talking about this one, and they said that they had better luck with the pages not bleeding through on this notebook. So I thought that I would check it out, and I'm very, very excited to start a reading journal in this. And I will let you guys know how the pages hold up. I haven't started yet because I just recently received it, but I thought I would share it with you guys because it's really pretty, and it seems like it's like wonderful quality. If you're looking for a bullet journal that doesn't cost $50, this one was $20, and I think that it's going to be very good quality. Continuing on in that same avenue of like office supplies-ish, I found a highlighter that works great if you like to annotate books, and that would be the Sharpie gel highlighters. I got these at Walmart. I'm sure you could probably pick them up anywhere, but they are actually gel. They are not a regular highlighter, and it takes a little getting used to because it's kind of like a rounded tip, almost like a crayon. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get used to it, they work so well. If you give it, while you're reading the page and you highlight, if you give it just a few seconds to dry, then it works better in my opinion. They don't smear, and they look better, so they don't like bleed through the page if you were to hold it down in one spot for too long or something like that. It does not bleed through the page at all. These are fantastic. I absolutely love them. Well, one thing that I would recommend is if you do get these, make sure you kind of practice with them a little bit first so you kind of understand how to turn it in order and navigate it in order to actually go across the page the direction that you want it to, because I've done that before. I've highlighted and I was like right above the line and I was like, well, guess that'll do. So these are great, and if you're looking for a fantabulous highlighter, check these out because they work wonderfully. So this concludes my video. 2 books that I finished in the month of November and a few favorite things that I have been enjoying through the month of November. Let me know some of your favorite things from the month of November. I would love to chat about it. I think that's all I've got until next time, guys. I'll see you later.